Are you ready to get started?
Welcome to Fondy Famous. I'm your host, Kelly Northley. Today's feature is sponsored by Steve Wirtz Builders. And today we're here with Erica of Literary Center. And she's going to tell us a little bit about what she does.
Great. Thank you for having me, Kelly.
Thank you.
It's great to be here. So Lake Literary Center is a very small literary arts center, and we're based in Malone. Now we actually moved from our first downtown location in early August, and we offer creative writing workshops, author readings, and open mics. We host literary themed events, like a big Regency ball that we had this past May.
I saw the pictures.
So if you love Jane Austen or Bridgerton or anything Regency England fiction related, the next one will be September of 2026. So almost a full year from right now. And then we will be offering creative writing workshops more intensively in 2026. We're going to focus more on the creative writing workshop side of things and a little less on the reader events side of things. So we'll have fewer book clubs, but more opportunities to write in person at Lake Lit.
Okay. And people can come over to your location. You've done a bunch of launch parties and things. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we just recently started getting into booking private events. So authors who are publishing a book, either traditionally or self-publishing, can book Lake Literary Center for their author launch party for whatever book that might be. So on November 7th, we hosted Kimberly Barrett and her book, Rethinking Race. It's a memoir. And we are also looking into January, February, March right now for those authors who have books coming out this winter.
Okay.
And they can basically rent the space for a pretty great rate. Food is included, or we can partner with a number of different caterers. They can have soft drinks, coffee, tea, kind of give it whatever vibe they want.
Yep. And then they can bring out and invite people over to talk about and show off their book, right?
Yes, exactly. And there will be book sales and signings. And then hopefully the author also wants to maybe teach a workshop at Lake Lit.
Okay.
Which is a nice way for them to get a little bit more involved in the literary community around Fond du Lac and the surrounding area.
What a good hands-on connection for them, right?
Yeah, I think so. And it helps build author resumes. It sort of gives them an opportunity to both promote their work and promote their intellectual pursuits. So we've had authors who release a book and then they teach a workshop on the genre that the book is in. So Sarah Rasner, who's a local author, she recently released a book last year, and then she taught a young adult romance workshop. It was really fun, and she's coming back, actually, to Lake Lit in February to teach another YA romance workshop.
Okay, and so she teaches them how to write a book or how to write chapters within it, or what does that look like?
Specifically teaching the genre, so focusing on the types of characters that might appear in a YA romance, the sort of plot lines. So it's more the book overall, specifically within that genre.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It's a fun class. Yeah.
So do you get to take these as well?
I take every single class that I can. Yes. Yep. And if I'm busy with something, if I need to return emails or whatever it is, I usually let the instructor know ahead of time. But it has been really fun for me. And I would say the main benefit of owning the business is that I get to learn alongside with all of the people who sign up for classes.
Okay. You had also mentioned that you were in downtown Fond du Lac and now you're out in Malone, which we've been to your location. It's fabulous. I love it.
Thank you.
Tell us what the transition was like to just move your business.
Well, I paid for movers this time, which was an excellent decision, it turns out. Thank you to Dufresne Moving and Storage, little shout out there. And they really helped, I think, easing that transition from downtown to Malone. They also carried all the heavy things, which is really important. But I will say the transition from downtown has led to less foot traffic, which is both good and bad. Of course, we don't get as many people kind of stumbling across my business and figuring out what we offer. It's good in that we have a really kind of secluded space that is quiet. It offers a lot of opportunities for people to really focus, really deep dive into their novels, into their reading projects, into whatever, short stories or poems they might be writing. The idea is to sort of really welcome in writers who are looking for a quiet and peaceful space to get some serious writing done.
Okay. How long do your like writing workshops and things typically last when they're there?
I usually do 2 hours.
Okay.
And I will say that I'm looking into doing longer, so up to 3 hours with a solid break in the middle.
Yep.
Everyone needs to
For snacks.
get a snack. Exactly.
Yeah.
Go to the bathroom. But we're going to do some 4-week writing workshops in 2026 and see how they go.
Okay.
We actually did not offer any in 2025. They just sort of didn't quite catch on. I was kind of figuring out the programming schedule, sort of figuring out what we wanted Lake Lit to look like. But in 2026, we will definitely offer them. And those will be 2 hours for 4 consecutive Mondays.
Okay. So like a writing club kind of thing.
Yeah. And that way you get to kind of deep dive into whatever genre of writing we're offering. So I'm thinking we're going to have them in January, May, and July in 2026.
Okay.
And January will probably be nonfiction. I'm not sure entirely what kind of nonfiction, maybe historical.
Oh.
It seems like we have a lot of history buffs in Fond du Lac.
Yes.
So I think that could be really a useful class for them. In May, I'll probably focus on either poetry or some sort of fiction genre. And then in July, I really have wanted to start teaching a literary translation workshop. So that would involve basically learning about literature and translation and how to take a piece that is written in what they call the source language and translating into your primary language, which is English in most cases.
Right. So taking a piece that's written in a foreign language essentially and then bringing it over to our language.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And reading some literature and translation and really appreciating the art of translation, I think is something I'm really interested in and would love to share more.
Yeah. Going back to I think the one in May, the poetry one, I really like poetry. Fun fact, I have a few Shel Silverstein poems memorized.
Aww.
I have Ickle Me, Pickle Me, Tickle Me too, if you remember that one.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. My daughter actually recites it sometimes too because I've said it so much.
That's so
it's
great.
A thing. Yeah. But
I love Shel Silverstein. I grew up doing forensics. I don't know if you ever did forensics too, but I memorized a couple of Shel Silverstein poems for forensics, and they're pretty meaningful still to me. I think, it's great to see that kind of literature is still, I would say, like, pervading the younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
That's great to hear.
We had found, we have all the books of his, and so we had found them in storage somewhere along the lines and moving, and my daughter and I have been reading some of the poems, but I love that. So.
I love that too. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
We have a lot of poets in Fond du Lac.
Okay.
And in the surrounding area, and I think really how Lake Literary Center started was I worked at Thelma and I was the marketing director there. And I got connected with a lot of poets in the area through Thelma who had done a reading series in the Fond du Lac area. And they kind of phased it out as they got older, and then the pandemic happened, and it just sort of fell by the wayside, understandably, as most programs do, especially post-COVID pandemic shutdowns. So I kind of wanted to give a place for poets and other writers to come together and share their work or work on their work and keep sort of bouncing ideas off of one another. And
I was going to say the having common people or people who are doing similar things is really helpful. The bouncing ideas.
I agree, and there are a wide range of poets in the area. They're writing on really diverse topics, so I think that's pretty cool too. We have some Shel Silverstein-esque poets out here, which is awesome. We also have people who write a lot about life experience and potentially, familial challenges and some trauma. And I think wrestling through those things in writing is really therapeutic. And I want to give a space to those people as well.
Yep. I think we probably all have a little bit of that on our phones, like a little note, a little vent, type up the letter or something you're never going to send. But it's really cool to see when people publish and like you can relate and see that other people are similar. But I was going to ask, you did kind of go into that of like what got you started.
Yeah.
So you had started with Thelma and kind of seen what they had done and took your own spin on it.
Yes, and I have an MFA in creative writing, so I am technically qualified to teach creative writing at the college level. I have not taught in a college or a university, and I would like to eventually, but I think this is a way for me to sort of test the waters and have a little bit more control over my schedule.
Yep.
I don't really want to be an adjunct instructor at a bunch of colleges around the area, a lot of which are reducing their humanities programming already anyway. I just kind of want to give a few options in this area in one place. I think that is a really great way to do it.
Yeah.
So.
And you've done a great job so far. I mean, it's fun to see all the things that you're adding and as it's growing. When did you officially start Lake Lit?
So technically our first event was October 24th of 2024.
Okay.
So we just recently turned 1.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was so exciting to be able to celebrate that day. I think we've been hosting events for a full year now, or a little over a full year. And to see the way it's kind of caught on is really exciting. I think people are starting to know more and more about Lake Lit. They're getting to know what it actually is. I think a lot of people thought we were going to be another literacy nonprofit, which is not the case at all, although I very much support literacy nonprofits, and I will give you a much reduced rate if you need to book my space for a private event for anything literacy related. And I think just sort of seeing that transformation happen and seeing people get to know what Lake Lit is really cool for me. And then we got our brick and mortar in December of 2024. We had our grand opening there in April of 2025, and then we moved in August of 2025. So it's been a big year. A lot of things have happened. But I think as we move into this second year, it's going to be a little bit more stabilized, hopefully.
What do you think your biggest challenges have been in that first year that you've experienced?
I would say definitely awareness of what Lake Lit is and does. I mean, that's the biggest challenge with any new business. And then searching for a brick and mortar was tough. Honestly, it was hard to find my first downtown space and then to find the second downtown space and move in the span of 2 months, basically. I found the space in June and moved in August.
Right.
That physical logistics, that stuff is hard. You really have to figure out when you're going to host events at the old space, when you're going to transfer over to the new space. So those are the two major challenges, I think.
Yeah. And then getting people aware of the new location and things like that.
Yes, exactly. That wasn't too hard because we already kind of had a core group of people, and the couple that is renting my old downtown brick and mortar, we stayed in pretty close touch.
Okay.
So
I didn't realize it was filled already. That's exciting.
It is, yes. Yeah, and they are actually, they started a really cool 3D printing company.
Okay. I'll have to check it out.
So yeah, I hope I get to collaborate with them on some stuff soon too. And there are signs still up they have at the building to let people know that we moved. So
that's nice.
They've been great about it.
Yep.
So hopefully we don't have too many stragglers who are lost downtown looking for Lake Literary Center.
Right. The good news is now we have social media to help with this. A quick little Facebook search in our area, and you can find it and find out. You have some things going on, though, this month, correct?
Yes, it's November. So there was a National Novel Writing Month, and the nonprofit disbanded for a number of reasons a couple of years ago. But I'm trying to put a local spin on it and start Fond du Lac Novel Writing Month. And the whole idea is that you write a 50,000-word draft of a novel in 1 month.
How many pages do you think that would be?
I think it's like around, kind of depends on your spacing, I guess, in Microsoft Word, but I think it's around 150 to 200.
Yep.
Just kind of depends on how short your words are, basically, or how long your sentences are. And I think I'm really excited about this because I'm offering write-ins at Lake Literary Center almost every day in November. So people can come and work on their novel at Lake Lit. You can sign up for them right on the website at lakeliterary.org. You can also sign up for the entire month if you wanted to. The Saturday write-ins are actually 6 hours, which is the longest continuous writing session we have offered. So 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., you could technically come and sit and write for 6 full hours.
Okay.
That is exciting because I think people struggle to find the time and space to devote to uninterrupted writing. And I think offering this in November is going to be a really great way for people to kind of come see what Lake Lid's all about. You also don't need to start a novel to do these write-ins. You can be writing anything you want. So.
Okay. I feel like I should come in and just sit down and get some content written out in 6 hours.
I really recommend trying it out. It's really helpful for me. We use the 25-minute Pomodoro technique where you write as much as you can in 25 minutes, and then you take a break for 5 minutes. And it just kind of helps mentally reset.
Okay.
It gives your brain a break. Get to stand up and walk around. You can also do what they call super sets. So you write for 50 minutes and then take a 10-minute break.
Okay.
Just like having that rhythm really helps, I think. It helps me sort of prevent burnout.
Right.
I think.
Right. And it gives you just that second to like reset and get back into it.
Yeah, and sort of think about what you're writing, and you come back to the page and you realize, oh, this story is really shaping up to be something different than I thought it was. Or maybe, oh wow, like I got 25 social media captions written in that 50 minutes or whatever it is. So yeah.
Okay, the whole month of November, and they can go online and book for that?
Yes, and we offer at least one write-in a month throughout the year too. So there are write-ins all year long.
Okay. And then if they want to book your space as well, they can go online?
Yes, I actually don't currently have a private event rental space link up there, but the contract is up there, and you can see kind of what the terms are, what the pricing is. I like to be a little bit more transparent about that. I think because I'm such a small venue and it really is just me managing it, I want you to know, this is what it's going to cost you. This is when the space is available. And so take a look at that contract and see what you're interested in, and then you can just email me directly.
Okay. Makes it super easy.
Yeah, I try to.
Yep. Okay. Real quick, what has been your favorite thing about doing this and jumping into doing Lake Lit?
I would say getting to meet all of my patrons. That is an exceptional part of being in this business. I basically started this business so I could build my own literary community here. And
you're doing just that?
That is the most exciting part. I think just getting to know other writers, getting to know people who love reading. I love that. For me, it's the whole reason why I do this.
Yes. And you can tell that you enjoy it, like you're pumped about it, you're excited about the progress.
Yeah.
And it's fun to see it grow and get more people in there. So
I think it's going to be a good year.
Yeah, it will be. It will be a good year.
It'll be a good year.
Well, thank you for coming on and telling us about what you're doing, and we look forward to seeing what 2026 brings for you.
Thank you, Kelly. Thanks for having me.